Dan, I'm going to interrupt you because we have breaking news on the program right now.
Oh my gosh, what?
There's been a leak of what's going on out here with Brooks Koepka's potential return to the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour has just put out an open
You're kidding
letter.
me. This is happening right now?
Yes, live as we speak. PGA Tour CEO Brian Roloff.
Wait. I got an email. Brooks is back. Brooks is back almost immediately. Brooks is going to play the Farmers and Waste Management.
This is huge.
What's the penalty? Sorry, I got the $5 million to charity. Ineligible for FedEx Cup bonus. So if he wins a FedEx Cup, he doesn't get $18 million.
Ooh.
And ineligible for player equity program for 5 years, which the tour is projecting 51 to 85 million. But that's future money.
It's a lot of
it's future money.
Potential future income foregone.
Like, you know, it's easier to swallow a $50 million loss in future money when you've got $125 million in the bank.
Did you say a charity donation?
$5 million to charity.
That's great.
You like that?
Yeah, because it's not like repay us.
Yeah, it's like we don't need the money.
Yeah,
we're doing fine.
Do something good with the money. Like everybody thinks you got it.
Wow, that is
fine.
huge news. Brooks.
Big breaking news.
Back.
Should we read Brian Roloff's statement?
Yeah, read it to me.
As the 2026 PGA Tour season begins this week at the Sony Open in Hawaii, I wanted to provide an update to our fans on recent player developments that have been in the news, as well as the PGA Tour's response to this unique situation. Since becoming CEO last year, my primary focus has been a commitment to our fans to create the best version of the PGA Tour. I promised that together we would respect the past while building the future, challenging ourselves to reach new fans and create a tour that both reflects the best of sports competition and retains the elite, competitive environment our fans expect every week. I've been fortunate to hear and learn from so many of our fans on what makes the PGA Tour special, along with the ways we can further enhance the drama and the consequence of competing at the highest level of the game. And one thing has been clear across each of those conversations. You all want the best players in the world competing against each other more often. On December 23rd, 2025, Brooks Koepka notified the PGA Tour that his previous affiliation had concluded, and he subsequently applied for reinstatement of tour membership. No mention of LIV there.
Why would they mention LIV? Why would they mention LIV?
It's fun.
Why would they give them free ads?
No, it's fun that they didn't. This prompted our boards to evaluate how we deliver the best version of the PGA Tour for our fans, players, and partners, with severe and justified consequences, which has resulted in our new returning member program. So it's a whole program they put together.
But it only applies to 4 people. So it's a new program, but it only applies to guys who have won a major or the player since 2022. So the only other 3 guys that it applies to are Cam Smith, Jon Rahm, and Bryson. All 3 of those guys, I believe, are under contract. Like, they're playing LIV in 2026, at least right now. But now, we talked about this. We just talked. Breaking news live on the show, which is electric. How many other shows are live right now? Probably. Oh, there's a Brooks tweet. We got a Brooks tweet. I want to thank my family and my team for their continued support throughout every step of my professional career. When I was a child, I always dreamed of competing on the PGA Tour, and I am just as excited today to announce that I am returning to the PGA Tour. Being closer to home and spending more time with my family makes this opportunity especially meaningful to me. I believe in where the PGA Tour is headed with new leadership, new investors, and an equity program that gives players a meaningful ownership stake. I also understand there are financial penalties associated with this decision, and I accept those. Finally, I want to thank the fans. What does it say? Can you read the rest? I can't see the rest.
I want to thank the fans. Your support means
more to me today than ever before.
And I look forward to seeing you soon at the Farmers Insurance Open and WM Phoenix Open.
So Brooks is back in 17 days. And
at Torrey and at WM.
And there's a lot of people who will think this is unfair. What happened to lifetime bans? I got a message for you guys. Life is unfair. Different rules for different people is a constant in sports and in life. You know, I'm thinking of the NFL. A star running back can hold out. A running back who is trying to make the team can't hold out. It's just when you win more, and I like that they have this like set criteria because it's guys who have accomplished it with their golf clubs.
It's based on merit.
It's based on merit. It's based on if you've won a major or the players, which they have decided are those are the biggest tournaments. You can come back. It doesn't apply to Joaquin Neiman. It doesn't apply to Tyrrell Hatton. And I don't know what the policy is for those guys, but this is sort of the Brooks and Bryson and Rahm rule. And I would love to see I'd love to see what Bryson DeChambeau is on the phone with his agent right now. I would love to see, because they're in the middle of a negotiation, and this gives him even more leverage.
I feel like this setup is perfect because it's all due to a new administration, I would say. I don't know if the previous PGA Tour administration would necessarily be able to bring themselves to let this happen.
No, they wouldn't, and because they dug in like crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know, I think a lot of the anger here is going to be directed at Jay Monahan, not at Brian Rolapp, which is one of the reasons why you had to bring in a new guy to shift, right? Because Jay went on CBS and said, you know, you guys are turning your back on the PGA Tour and, you know, the 9/11 stuff and, you know, threatening these lifetime bans. You bring in a new guy who is outside of the world of golf, right? Who is not part of the sort of old boys club.
And who just wants to service the fans, as he said in his statement. Like, he had conversations with people, with stakeholders, probably with a lot of civilians about, they all said the same thing, which is what we've been saying all along, is we want the best players playing together. But he was in a more of a egoless position to make it happen.
Yeah, because he doesn't have those clips that are really damning of him in the past saying something completely different.
He has no scar tissue from LIV.
But I think him being an outsider to this and like not being a guy that has like the players have been in his ear forever is a bonus.
I love the statement that they made initially when Brooks said that he was leaving was also
by the way, I knew he was. I mean, it was the worst kept secret. The tour knew that he was coming back. I mean, you think the tour would just release a statement about a player who's like not on the PGA Tour?
Nobody in this world thought he was going home to do
right. And I think in his statement he did say like being closer to home, but I don't think that's what I'm surprised. His contract with LIV must have been 3 plus an option for this year, because I thought that he was breaking the agreement, and I thought that there would be a non-compete policy.
I think he was breaking the agreement, right?
But the fact that he's allowed to play. Yeah, and we don't know what's going on behind closed doors here. We're going to talk. I do want to get back to the timeline, but this is obviously breaking news. I was surprised that there's no like you're not allowed to play in 2026. So
just 1 year.
Yeah, just 1 year. Like, but clearly that's not a thing. And they said in the statement that his contractual obligations to LIV ended last year. So it must have been a 3-year contract. And I think you know who deserves a little bit of a shout out right now? Alan Shipnuck. On our first or second show, he said Brooks's contract is up at the end of the year and keep an eye on Brooks. And he was 100%
It was
right.
always going to be Brooks. He's the IDGAF guy in between all of this that wasn't going to
But he's also a guy who literally said, I wouldn't have gone to LIV if my body was in a better spot.
He literally went because he was like, whoa, this is too sweet of a deal to pass up.
Well, he was like, I don't know if I'm good at it still. And then he won another major. And you got to tip your hat. You got to... In some respects, you have to tip your hat to Brooks Koepka. I mean, he leaves the PGA Tour in 2022 when his career's in limbo. He gets $100-something million to go over there. He gets back in form, wins his 5th major, avoids being banned from any of the majors, and now really writes a $5 million check, which to you at home is like $12 falling out of your pocket.
Basically, yeah.
And he gets to play Farmers. And there will be players on the tour, and there is some. So we've been talking about this a lot. What is the PGA Tour going to do with Brooks? And my thing was, well, if they don't suspend him for a year, then you almost open the door to guys getting that LIV money and being like, oh well, I can go and for a couple of years and then come right back. But they've made it so that it's only that doesn't apply to you. It literally only applies to those 3 other guys.
If LIV is serious about itself, like we're talking about, did it even live like a full life to be saying it's dead? Like they need to create new policies now to stop this from happening again, and they probably won't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that they can stop this from happening. Maybe this Bryson conversation that's probably taking place as we speak.
I think Bryson's price just went up to $750 million. Honestly, like we looked at this tour has lost billions of dollars. Bryson has so much fucking leverage right now. It's a joke. It's a joke how much leverage he has right now.
Because he could leave altogether and just do YouTube for a living and make a nice.
And he'd be totally fine. He'd be totally fine. But now he doesn't have to. Again,
this new administration was not going to ever not have Brooks Koepka on TV at Torrey Pines and at TPC
And it's not just that it's Brooks Koepka, but it's the fuck you to LIV. It's like, okay, he went and got his money, he's back where he belongs. He's back, and he's that statement he said, no one said, I grew up dreaming to play LIV Golf. Like Brooks is home.
Also, listen to what Brian Rolapp said. Everybody wants to see the players. Why would he do his fans a disservice and keep that guy on ice for a whole year when everybody's clamoring for this thing? It was like a no-brainer. Bring him back right away. clearest path back. Love the merit-based. Like, a major's not easy to win.
Yeah, he's eligible for the President's Cup. He's eligible for TGL. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, TGL. We saw the ratings haven't been so hot. Maybe this is a little.
What TGL team?
Think about the banter. Think about the banter. He should go to Jupe Life.
Jupe Life.
Hashtag Jupe Life.
Jupe Life.
Think about the banter that the TGA. You know, he hits a shot. Man, I don't know if that shot cut it on LIV, but on the PGA Tour, like there's so much room for opportunity. Wow. So
what a premiere.
Big breaking news on the show. Brooks Koepka is back. I am surprised. I thought they were going to make him sit out till August.
How quickly do you think, what do we know about Cam Smith's contract situation?
I know that he was actively recruiting Minwoo this offseason. So he's invested in Ripper. But the other thing about Brooks is he never really drank the LIV Kool-Aid. He never wore the team uniform.
Right.
Like, he never, smashed GC.
Does he have equity in Smash
Probably
GC?
not anymore. That's probably gone. I just don't. But
He probably vested his shares.
Brooks Koepka's not starving for cash. Look at what he's made just winning 5 majors. That's like
Yeah, we saw his house on full swing.
Yeah, we saw his house on full swing. He's doing just fine, and he's gonna. He's 36 years old. He's got a bunch of years left. What a massive moment in this 4-year saga. We talked about the next chapter, and we talked about it on this very show a year ago. The next chapter was going to be this reintegration, and we're starting to see it.
It's funny. He's not the first guy to come back, but he seems like it.
Yeah, and the world keeps spinning. Like, that's what I'm saying. Brooks kind of played a blinder here. That's what they say in Europe when you do something well. Like, he played a blinder. He's going to come back, and the world's going to keep spinning.
The PGA Tour just got a lot of swagger back.
Well, I think when they had that statement of Brooks is a highly accomplished professional and we wish him continued success, I think you knew.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but man,
It was like, we see you. We're here.
Brooks, if they just don't go to an embassy, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Just stay away from embassies.
He's probably in South Florida right now.
Just stay away. If they ask, hey, let's do a meeting in an embassy, maybe just don't go. Wow, dude, he's back. Brooks is back.
This is crazy. The floodgates will now open.
When did that dropped? Like right when you got a text being like, holy crap.
This was blowing up. It was leaked, which I think prompted Brian Roloff to make a statement.
Yeah.
They said probably Brooks tweet something, dude.
Right.
Just go for it.
Who leaked it?
I don't know. I can look into it if we
have
keep the camera on
very,
you for a
very
little bit.
interesting times coming in world golf. It's interesting if you're a guy like Tyrrell Hatton or you're a guy like Joaquin Niemann, probably their 2 best players who aren't major champions in the last 5 years. You're like, shit. Because that's almost them saying like, yeah, we'd like to have you back, but it's not that important to us,
Yeah, you kind of.
And
feel
I think the piece here is Bryson. I mean, Brooks is a big piece, but I think this rule is. I can guarantee you that Bryson's representatives were made aware of this.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I bet Brooks Koepka told Bryson DeChambeau about this. Aren't they actually friends now? Like, they've become.
Yeah, they're boys now.
Post beef.
Yeah. Heater rivalry style.
Man,
no,
that was
kidding.
fun.
That was a joke. I'm not saying anything. I just forgot I said that. But Farmers is going to have some juice now. Farmers is going to have some juice now.
Farmers just got a ton of juice. That's what I'm saying. Got its swagger back because Brooks Koepka plays golf with swagger.
And those are
2.
I think those 2 events are those before the signature events.
Correct.
Yeah. So you got Farmers into Waste Management, which obviously has a ton of buzz always, especially now, into Pebble.
If he wins one of those, he's then in the Cygnus, right?
Yeah. He's the same rules as everybody else.
Win a tournament, Brooks.
And that's the other thing. I was reading this. They're going to add a spot to these. It's not like this is not going to cost anyone a playing opportunity.
Oh, interesting.
It's just one more spot that they're.
I didn't think of that. That's a good.
But again, it's literally only applies to 3 people.
How are they going to play with 1 extra guy in the field? It's like
they'll figure it out.
This whole field numbers really mattered over all these changes.
They'll figure it out, and that's one of the things that roll up is like you bring a guy in and he's not married to all of these, archaic notions of. He's like, we're starting fresh here. We want to build the strongest tour that we can, and we believe our tour is stronger. It's not just our tour is stronger with Brooks Koepka. It's our tour is stronger with taking Brooks Koepka back from LIV.
Yes, that's really well said.
And making him pay a penalty. Not, it's future money, but it's not just like he's back with nothing. He's not going to get his FedEx money. He doesn't get the equity grant. Again, easier to swallow when you have $125 million in the bank from the Saudis, but
it's a game-winning home run.
It's a really big moment.
I don't know how LIV comes back from that. And we said earlier in the show, if he's the guy that moves on and moves over, like, who is ever going to go that way?
Yeah. Well,
Unless they're trying to take advantage of a route to make generational wealth and come back.
Right. That's the only thing. So if you're like a Xander Schauffele, are you now thinking, okay, well, I want a major. I can get $150 million, and then I can come back in 2 years. But
what's funny is like PGA Tour professional golfers with a few wins are probably already have like relatively generational wealth.
Yeah, generational wealth is this.
The scale's
the scale is really you win $35 million on the PGA Tour. Now you're fucking broke. You need some generational wealth. It's so true. Like,
here's another question: what does this signal to Yasser and the gang about what professional golf has done for them through this investment? Do they start to move on?
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point. Like, I don't think that they want their tour to be the place where guys go to get the bag and then go back. Like, that's
they didn't.
We're actually seeing it in soccer too. Like, some of the guys who went to Saudi are coming back now, and it was like, oh, these guys are going to Saudi. They're throwing away their career. No, they are going to get their money and then coming back.